The next thing we're going to go ahead and look at is our pro bono assignment process. So from our case profile, we're going to go up to our actions menu, and I'm going to search for the link called recommend pro bono / other user. And this is going to launch us into our assignment process. The first list view here is going to show us referral attempts, which is an optional tool that we'll discuss in just a second. The second list view is going to show us any pro bono attorneys that match the criteria of our case by default. And the third is going to show us any current assignments, both staff and pro bono, on this case. Now, the second list view currently is not showing us any results, which means that we don't have any pro bono attorneys in this demo site that are tagged to both Cook County and problem code 3 contract warranties. If I get rid of the county filter, I'm then going to see 2 pro bono attorneys appear. If I still didn't have any, I could get rid of the problem code filter, and then I'll see another attorney appear. Now, before we discuss this entire list view and talk about actual assignments, I'm going to talk a little bit about the referral attempts tool. Again, this is an optional tool, so if you're not seeing this, your onboarding contact can turn that on for you. But in the list view, we'll see any referral attempts made to each attorney, and we have a link for attempt call. What that means is that I'm attempting to ask, in this case, Test Pro Bono, if he's willing to take this case. I'm going to click that. We've got our date of the attempt. We've got our contact method. Now, if I say the contact is by email, it's going to show me the email address from Test Pro Bono's account. And it's also going to give me the option to send this email directly from Legal Server. Of course, I don't have to send directly. I can also just send that email outside of Legal Server just by copying the email address here and putting it into my outside email, Outlook, or whatever you're using. The next option is in person. That's not going to give me anything special. And we also have phone, which will make any phone numbers in Test Pro Bono's user account appear. So I've got a quick reference to give him a call. We also have our outcome field. So did I get a hold of Test Pro Bono? Has he accepted, refused, or am I still awaiting a response? And we have a note box for something like left a message or emailed, have not heard back, things like that. Once I continue, I'm brought right back to my assignment page, and I can see that attempt in my list view at the top. Now I can make as many attempts as I need to as many different attorneys, and I can also attempt the same attorney more than once. So now I see referral attempts as 1 in this list view, and I could attempt Test Pro Bono again. Maybe I have invited him into the office, and he has now accepted. Now, once we've found an attorney who has accepted, we would come back down to our second list view. As far as the columns of this list view, we're able to see our pro bono attorney's name, which is also a link to their user profile. So if I want to see more about what current assignments he's working on and things like that, I can come right to his profile. We can see if he's tagged to any outreaches, the office, the problem codes that he has tagged in his profile, and that extra information. We also see the number of open cases he's working on or assigned to, the counties tagged in his profile, total number of cases he's taken with us, languages, the start date of his most recent assignment, which can be helpful when determining who to assign to, organization and county of that organization, and then we have our recommend pro bono attorney notes. And then lastly, of course, we have our actual assign link. So once I'm confident that Test Pro Bono is ready to take this case for us, I'll click assign. And that will launch us into our 3 steps of creating this assignment and creating a packet to send to the pro bono attorney. Now, those next 2 steps are optional. They don't have to be a part of your assignment process, so this is the only necessary next step here. Most everything will be defaulted here. So our start date, typically office and program, and assignment type will all be defaulted. We'll talk about this satisfies outreach training credit later in the training. Our caseworker, of course, will be filled in whichever row we clicked from. We can add an assignment note, and we could email that out if we wanted to. And we'll talk about the pro bono status update later as well. Then we click continue. If we were not creating a packet, we would just be done with the assignment. We'd be brought right back to the case profile. But in this case, we do have this optional feature turned on. Also to mention that we can also create a packet for the client. So these two, this example is set up as creating a packet for the volunteer. We could have an additional 2 steps to create a packet for the client, or we could only have the client steps. What this is doing is creating a packet, a PDF packet of documents to send to, again, the pro bono attorney and or the client. What's going to show here are any templates that you've set up, as well as any documents that are already a part of your case. So if we had some case documents already on this case, they would appear here to add to the packet. Any documents that we want to include, we'll drag over to the documents to mail side. We can also upload a document on the fly. So if it's not already part of our case, we can upload from our computer. We can choose to email this directly from Legal Server. Again, it will have your pro bono attorney's email address filled in. Or we could just keep it to mail, and the next page will give us a link to download, and then we can, snail mail it to them, email outside of Legal Server, etc. We'll click continue, and now we have created our packet. Again, we'll have a link to download on our next form, and it will also add the packet to the document structure on our case. So back on the case profile, we're going to see that packet in our documents here. Now we also, of course, created a pro bono assignment in that process, so we're going to see that in our assignments tab.